Obviously one of the younger Chinese guys who's coming up here now, so it's an affair one and the next generation. And it's no surprise that the Chinese team will be built on from
the Swedish national team, former player. What does a man of Waldner
game in Sweden? But I think he's also very important for that nobody else can do, and he's more like an artist. What do you say? The more guy who will try to
one. He just seems very, very composed. He seems very much in control of every aspect of the game.
I think he enjoys the game when it comes to big finals, and he knows the bounce, he knows what to expect from the opponent, and efficient.
His hands full.
This backhand side is a little bit, sometimes very, very efficient. Sometimes it could be backhand block, very close to the table, but it's a defensive. He must go in with that he is there to winning this title and trying to really. When his backhand side is solid, then he's really, really difficult to get some holes on. Not too much of an expression in the face, though. Things in Waldner's guard.
Where Waldner number 11 on the Pro Tour. So of course, something we should clarify there is he's ranked number 11 in world standings.
Yes, and the critical position is to reach the top in Hong Kong. So he has to be among the 16 to qualify towards that final. Be a little bit, like you're saying, it could be a little bit dangerous for him. Now you can also note any thinking of gaining sometimes to win the first set too easy.
Set point, Waldner. Waldner's just now to get this over with. Get this first set over with. He's got a chance to finish it. Jan-Ove Waldner takes game 1 in the championship, 21-11. We're in game 2.
Waldner who dominates, who sets the pace and is king to almost errors in all fields.
Advantage, not just for the cash, but also for those very, very valuable points, because only the top Hong Kong.
Yes, that's right, and he certainly does in Europe, and he will do so as well, I think. But once again, it looks like here now that he's taking control of the second set in the beginning as well. Not to this stage of the match, but I think that's the way for Wang Liqin to do. He must put pressure on the attack himself.
Wang Liqin trailing,
which gave him point immediately. The top spin, but there was no spin on the ball, so he was making.
Just net tied at 6.
Afraid of Waldner's service, and I think he has to get rid of these thoughts immediately, because if there is always going to be Waldner up in his own service, there's no way.
Heels, and that's just costing him right now.
And it's one of his strengths, but it seems a bit too easy to get points from have some momentum going for him. A very important point for Wang here in his own service. If he can grab 10 all, that will be big. On the backhand side. In this match. It was a lot of spin, but nevertheless, I think he could have done better on the few chances. He has nothing to lose here, actually. To Wang's forehand. Aggressive table tennis. Once again. Side spin on that. Look at this ball now. Could you see how...
Never had a shot at that. This is baptism by fire for poor Wang Liqin, who's making his first appearance.
Something in his receiving
service.
Terrific
It
service.
just completely fooled him.
But it's like you're saying, he has a lot of in his arsenal, which then when he's concentrated, and especially when he has his backhand side working.
Task, though. A big task.
Finish the point. See that he has a chance to turn this around. It's 19-0. Something different in his receiving. He has not been that aggressive any longer, so
Waldner.
Wang can catch his service here. No.
Waldner. Long.
Shape for the forehand topspin, but missed it.
Net. We'll be following this pro circuit here on NBC Europe right through to the grand finale in Hong Kong, and a lot of cash on the line at that event. And look at this rally.
It's far away from the table if necessary. The quality is improving, yeah.
You're right, because the first set, but Waldner just so strong, came back to tie it up and ultimately win it and take it.
Will be crucial, like I said, that Wang is keeping his points in his own service games.
The stats, the results, all key information you want on our website. All the information you want in table tennis available for you at your fingertips.
From Waldner. No reason to be afraid.
That was rather evident in game number 1, where he basically just got shellacked.
We have tried to memorize the service from Waldner, which will be the key for Wang Liqin and out, fortunately for him. He's seeing his opportunity here to go for a very quick. If you want to be good in table tennis, and you can see here how he anticipates the forehand topspin in his forehand.
8-7 Waldner.
Waldner has very good service. If he can't get into the match where Waldner is serving, I think this match is over for him. So he has to make points when Waldner is serving. Oh, this is a rally. He played much better. To do something real different, to really get into this match. You can see he's turning down and looking at to switch the entire game for him. Also the mental aspect of the game.
Went into the net. 10-14.
Using high quality rubbers, which means that there's a loss of friction. It will be very difficult for Wang. I can't see him coming out of this.
To 5 championship final. Waldner won game that Wang almost held on to win in game 2, but Waldner
has to do something different now.
So he saw the opening in the corner, went for it, and was just a little long.
This finals, it looks like it's over. It looks like he can not do anything. He's ranked #1 in the world on our computer list, so there is, there is nothing to say about that. And look at this now.
Folks, it has now become an exhibition.
Smashed in the last one.
Let's face it, Waldner has been the class of this champion. Championship point, Jan-Ove Waldner. And it's over. Jan-Ove Waldner of Sweden, the #1 ranked table tennis player in the world, is the 1997 Japan Open champion.